The checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
You are wrongly connecting the decision regarding the activation of trade and traffic with the European future of our country. This is a wrong interpretation and wrong connection, said the Prime Minister of Georgia, Garibashvili, while talking about the restoration of air traffic with Russia. According to him, government representatives have repeatedly announced that they don't plan to stop either trade or economy with Russia because this will damage the interests of the Georgian people. As Garibashvili explained, Georgian citizens can move to Europe for 100 euros. According to him, this is thanks to Bidina Ivanishvili and his team Georgian Dream. If anyone brought any result, it was Georgian Dream that brought them. Association with a free regime. If you can move freely to Europe for 100 euro, it's our merit. This is thanks to Bidina Ivanishvili and his team Georgian Dream, Garibashvili said. Subsistence minimum for working age male amounted to 251 lari in April 2023, which was 4.2 lari less compared to the same period of the last year, show the data from the National Statistics Office of Georgia. As for the change of subsistence minimum year-on-year, subsistence minimum increased by 10.8 lari in April 2023 compared to the same period of the previous year. Generally, the subsistence minimum is related to the high inflation, which indicates that living in the country is becoming more expensive. In April 2023, the annual inflation level amounted to 2.7%. The subsistence minimum is a social guideline used to determine the minimum amount of salaries, pensions, scholarships, allowances, and other social benefits. Consequently, its amount has a significant political and social meaning. U.S. Ambassador to Georgia Kelly Dagnan on Monday was asked about the restoration on flights between Russia and Georgia. She said, "The question is why is Putin giving this gift to Georgia now? I think most Georgians would be much happier to have Putin withdraw Russian forces from Abkhazia and Tkhinvali. We have been working to try to set up direct flights between the United States and Georgia for several years. This is a commercial decision that airlines need to agree to. Of course, we will be very supportive of this, and I think the government of Georgia will be as well. I understand why Georgians have some concerns about the restoration of direct flights between Moscow and Georgia. Again, I think the question here is why is Putin giving this gift to Georgia now? I think most Georgians would be much happier to have Putin withdraw Russian forces from Abkhazia and Tkhinvali, fulfill Russia's obligations under the ceasefire agreement and reverse recognition of Abkhazia and Tkhinvali. That would be a real gesture that would be meaningful to Georgians," Ambassador noted. The Vice Prime Minister of Georgia, Minister of Economy and Sustainable Development, Levan Davitashvili, said it would be pragmatic to refuse direct flights between Russia and Georgia. We also expect an effect of about $300-400 million USD in the tourist sector, which can be called the effect of flights. In 2019, the tourist income from the Russian Federation was approximately $1 billion, Davitashvili noted. In addition, ministers spoke about the issue of European integration. As Levan Davitashvili states, the main task of European government remains the issue of joining the European Union, and the work in this direction goes very, very dedicatedly and with the high professionalism. From January 1 up to March 31, 2023, all the political parties have received donations of 640,000 lari in total. Almost half of this amount, 300,000 lari, went to the ruling party. Lelo for Georgia ranked second with the 200,000 lari, and European Georgia ranked third with 84,000 lari, TI Georgia says in a report. According to TI Georgia, as for the number of donors, Labour Party, which has received donations of 88 times during the reporting period, is taking the lead, although most of these donations consisted of small amounts. During the reporting period, the Georgian Dream has received almost as much donations as all the other parties taken together. Although this did not happen due to a large number of donors, the ruling party had a total of 8 donors who gave large sums of money in favor of the party, reads the report. In addition, as TI reports, during the same period, companies linked with the donors of the ruling party have obtained direct procurement contracts worth 21,000 gelari, and in the past they have obtained direct procurement contracts with a total value of 2 million lari. Kakakaladze, mayor of Tbilisi, on Tuesday said the Georgian authorities would ensure airlines sanctioned from Russia's invasion of Ukraine would not be allowed to operate at Georgian airports following the Kremlin's lifting last week of its ban on flights with Georgia. We declare with full responsibility that no sanctioned company will be able to carry out flights. Relevant agencies are studying this issue, Kaladze said. Flights and visa-free travel had been sanctioned unilaterally by Russia, which was very bad. The decision regarding the resumption of flights and visa-free travel was announced a few days ago. Direct flights will start tomorrow, which will give citizens the opportunity to travel directly to different cities of Russia instead of going through another country, he added. The official also stressed the occupation of Georgia's 2 regions by Russia was the biggest challenge, and the country's government would spare no effort to achieve the occupation of the territories in peaceful way. Georgian Airways will operate direct flights between Tbilisi and Moscow from May 20 based on the permit issued by the Georgian Civil Aviation Agency on Thursday. According to the Civil Aviation Agency, direct flights will be operated 7 times a week. On May 10, Russian President Vladimir Putin cancelled the ban on direct flights of Russian Airlines and the sale of tourists to Georgia that had been in force since 2019. By another decree, Russia lifted the visa requirements for Georgians. Tbilisi City Hall launched an application, Fix Tbilisi, where citizens will be able to post information about infrastructural problems in the capital. According to Tbilisi Mayor Kakakaladze, the application will be initially combine information on damage of road infrastructure, trees, plants, outdoor lighting, and park infrastructure. As of Kaladze, citizens can provide information to the municipalities through the mentioned application without calling the hotline. Tbilisi citizens can download Fix Tbilisi application from the Google Play Store or App Store.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.